turkey of the American, maybe than your typical holiday, channel. The strategic decimation of the wild turkey of the American Indians, the bird that fed a nation and symbolized its sovereignty. So turkeys weren't just plentiful, they were everywhere in the indigenous managed landscapes of the Southeast, the Gulf Coast, Mississippi Valley, even the Caribbean. They were so abundant that early European observers struggled to describe it, talking 5,000 at one time. Before colonial extraction, the turkey was a food staple, a trade commodity, a symbol of clan power, a feather currency source. Yeah, get that. Barter, right? Currency source with the feathers, and a spiritual object linked to leadership regalia. This report lays out the evidence that the turkey wasn't simply a bird, it was a pillar of indigenous civilization, and that its destruction was part of a larger campaign to destroy the indigenous economy, identity, and of course, independence. So let's talk this abundance, a landscape engineered for turkeys. Okay, let's talk about direct documentation. So I went through some books. Yeah, so I searched for turkey, and let's look at what I saw from every region. All right, in Florida, immense numbers of wild turkeys, better tasted as well as larger. This is written in 1769. He's saying larger, meaning larger than the ones that the Europeans had imported and modified from the Americas. Turkey starts in America, by the way. Virginia and the Carolinas, I quote, wild turkeys in flocks of more than 5,000. That's from Beckman, 1797. In the Caribbean, fruit and fowl are very plentiful, especially turkeys, much cheaper than at the other islands. That's a man named Churchill writing in 1752. Bet you didn't know they were big in Mexico. The most beautiful of the whole family of turkey were taken in great numbers. 1884, they went on a turkey hunt in the Yucatan. Mississippi Valley, only in the primitive forest does the turkey still exist. Its disappearance indicates total extinction, a frontier narrative in the late 1800s. So what we see is from Mexico over to the Caribbean, up the Mississippi River, basically all of the Southeast, probably up all the way, into New England, turkeys, turkeys, turkeys. Amazing. All right. Why were they so abundant? Again, the Europeans never had turkeys. They didn't get turkeys until they came to the Americas. So what's going on over here that they got this bird that's so abundant, so useful, right? Well, it was indigenous land management, which created these perfect conditions. You had oak, hickory, mass forests, which are rich with acorns and nuts. You have controlled burns to keep the understories open. You have forest field edges from the maize horticulture. You have riverbank orchards with natural seed dropping, so the orange groves would be along the riverbanks. All right. Pine savannas supporting insects, tubers, and forage in uninterrupted migration corridors, right? In other words, they don't have everything fenced and barbed wires keeping all the animals caged up and confused and everything split. They had uninterrupted migration corridors. So the result is the turkeys didn't just survive like they do now, they exploded. Some observers describe the turkeys as so abundant that they were casually just walking past them. Call them in by sound alone. It talks about how good the Indians were. This guy was staying in camp one night. He's like, yeah, they're so great at making the turkey sound. Then they were taking the turkey by nets and simple traps. I mean, sounds like it was easy pickings, all right? They were seeing turkey roasted daily, and turkey and mass were included in every winter surplus. So it'd be part of the food redistribution done seasonally, okay? So clearly, this was a civilization of abundance, not scarcity, all right? Then you have the